No, that's all right.
Take my phone off the hook, will you?
There you go. Well, now nobody heard how mean you were.
Oh, great. What a fresh start.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Nick, and he's Eric.
Yeah.
It's too early for that.
Well, we're not recording the podcast. I mean, we're on
Oh.
stream, but we're not. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't said welcome or anything.
Oh.
But hi, everybody.
Hi.
Nick thinks I'm going to be mean.
I do.
But I don't know why he thinks that.
There's just something in the air.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I went to the doctor's. He told me nothing that I felt was true.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell him about my eye.
What's wrong with your eye?
Check it out.
Yeah, how it's like dry and scaly.
Yeah, I think
I
it's just
did notice
allergies.
that. It's weird.
I also got, like, my elbow has been really itchy.
Did you change
Dry.
soap?
No.
Did you get any kind of new soap, new laundry detergent?
I don't know. I don't think so. But
That could
maybe
do
my
it.
shampoo changed.
That could do it. You shampoo in your eyes?
I get it in my eyes all the time.
You shouldn't.
I guess I just like,
It's abrasive.
I do it, and then I forget to rinse, and then it gets my eyes, and I'm like, oh, and then I wipe it out.
Well,
So,
a lot of options there.
yeah, I don't know. My wife has like a doTERRA air spray. Maybe I'm allergic to that.
Maybe she's poisoning you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Scooter sometimes
Eric's
licks,
dog, everyone.
Yeah, Scooter, my dog, sometimes like licks pillows. So maybe he was licking my pillow, and I'm just allergic to his saliva.
Yeah, maybe.
That can't be true.
No, I don't think so.
He's been licking my
I don't
face
think
for
like
years.
the pits of your eye socket would really be the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, but I do sleep on this side often.
Both eyes are like that.
This one is getting worse.
Yeah, you.
This one's has been bad for a while.
This
it
is
looks like.
this is not interesting to the people watching.
A little. They might be worried about
but
me.
you do need to do.
But I do
something
sleep
about
on my
this.
left side. So
Okay.
yeah. Anything else we should talk about while we're not?
No, I don't
Recording
think
the
so. I
podcast.
think we can roll.
All right. Nick's been getting into trouble. I'm trying to think of like dumb music that you get into.
Oh,
Yeah.
Switchfoot.
Yeah, Nick's been
I'm
getting
re-
into
yep,
Switchfoot.
I'm real into Switchfoot right
Yeah.
now.
I
true.
dared him to stop, and he said, "I dare you to move." Is that a Switchfoot song? The one
I'm
where it's like,
way into
I
it, so
dare you to move.
I definitely know because
Yeah.
I am into it.
All right.
All right.
This has been interesting.
I don't think so.
Let's just stop the podcast here.
No, I think we should start it.
Again?
Yeah, take it away.
What's this book?
Caves of Steel.
Ooh.
Yep.
You always put up the books you're reading. Like you forget I'm even here.
I'm the one who comes to play.
Jeez. Welcome to episode 184 of the All the Book Show, where we talk book news, author news, and literary news. And I'm Eric Michaels.
And I'm Nick Gunning.
You dumb. No, I'm kidding. Because earlier you said I was going to be mean to you.
Yeah, before the mics came on,
Yeah.
I thought, boy, he's grumpy today.
No, I'm fine.
He's
I
a
don't think
grump.
I'm grumpy.
Really?
I don't know. I was to the doctor
Seemed like you're
today.
looking for a fight.
You think so?
Yeah, you're looking for a tussle.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know why? I think I've just had it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's
You got,
all I
you
get.
got
in life.
dry eye sockets. That would make anyone irritable.
Yeah, they're just a little itchy.
A little bit.
I think I have allergies.
Yeah, I think so too. Have we said our names? I'm Nick Gunning.
I said I'm Eric Michaels.
Okay.
Did you say you were Nick Gunning?
I don't
Did
remember.
I say I'm Eric Michaels and Nick Gunning?
I don't remember anything.
Play back the
happening.
tape. I need to hear if
No.
I said I'm both Eric
That's
Michaels
fine.
and Nick Gunning.
That's fine. Today, we're going to be talking about what, Eric? Tell us.
We're going to be talking about... Do you have a book
No.
ready? You didn't get a book?
No, I didn't. I thought you want to talk about the awards.
I'm not prepared for a whole segment on that.
Let's do it.
All right, I guess we're talking the Oscars and maybe the Anime Awards.
Yeah.
And not a Lonely Hearts Book Club.
No.
You're tricky.
Oh,
I
I'm
would have
sorry.
gotten pictures for all the movies and stuff.
Oh.
didn't.
Okay.
I just got a poster for the Oscars. 'cause
That's
I thought
fine.
it was going to be like a 2-second thing.
Okay.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
All right.
We're winging it. So I'm sure
Apparently.
we could rabbit trail if we needed to.
Sure.
I'll look at the time. And if it looks like we still have 10 minutes, I'll just come up with a random topic
Oh,
that we can,
what a great
that we
idea.
can do.
Okay. What a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the
Nick-
bookmark. What have we been doing?
Nick was sick, though.
Oh, I was.
Last week, he had whatever
sure
was
was.
happening.
Yeah.
Like Thursday, you were out.
I was.
and-
Thursday and Friday, I missed work.
Yeah.
And I really, until
Monday morning,
I still
when you
feel
had to come
bad.
into work.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not quite over it. But
Yeah.
I don't have the fever anymore,
Yeah.
so I can function.
I was worried. I was like, what if he doesn't get to work by Tuesday? I got to come up with something. I
Yeah.
figured you would be fine Tuesday night and you would come over to my house and we could record.
Do, you
But
know,
I was trying to come up with like, what's a solo thing I can do that isn't an episode?
I've done
have a few
a
things.
podcast with my stomach full of stitches. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
if I can do that,
Yeah.
I can
you
do anything.
You're the greatest recorder in the history of that.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
You and Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
Do you think Ringo's good at the soundboard?
Probably not.
Like during production of an album?
Nah, I don't think so.
Even with his solo stuff?
I don't think so.
You
no.
think when he's in the studio,
I think he's got people for that.
you don't think he like sits down and is like, bring up the drums some more?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe he does a little
Bring
bit.
them down a bit.
Do you want
do
to
it again.
All right.
Sorry.
You want to jump into bookmark? Tell us what you've been reading.
Yeah, I knew you were going to have me go first. I don't know why.
Okay.
But I'm ready. So I read a lot of comics.
Good.
We'll start with how this all happened.
Oh.
Back when I was about 15.
Yeah. Dig deep.
So I read Kill or Be Killed by Ed Brubaker, art by Sean Phillips.
Okay.
This is a series I heard being discussed on The Weekly Planet. I think they had been talking about a podcast, The Weekly Planet, and they had talked about Black Hammer around the same time. So that's why Kill or Be Killed was in my head.
Little reader's advisory.
So it's only 4 volumes. It's about a kid who finds out he tried to kill himself, and he lived in the most ridiculous way. And like he jumped off a building, and he still survived because he hit a bunch of stuff going down. And there's a demon now who says, I saved your life. You have to kill somebody once a month or you're going to die.
Wow.
So now it's basically this character trying to decide, is he going to do this?
Right. Dark. It sounds like a dark book.
It is dark. It's very dark. It gets dark. He kind of becomes a Punisher wannabe. It deals with a lot of stuff. It's not one that I'm just going to recommend willy-nilly to people.
Sure.
But I like ate it up. Like every day I finished a volume. In fact, in our library system, we only had the first 3 volumes and not the 4th.
That's frustrating.
And I was like, what am I going to do? Because I was like on a roll. I'm like, I can't wait 2 weeks for the next one. So I finally downloaded Comixology onto my iPad and phone and everything. Apparently I had an account and everything.
Well, it's in Amazon. You're Amazon.
I was lucky because there was a sale on Comixology for Image. So I was able to get I just bought Kill or Be Killed Volume 4 for like half price for like $6.
Are you hoping they send you free stuff now that you gave them that plug?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But I thought Comixology is interesting because I have Marvel Unlimited.
I do know that,
which is just Marvel comics as far as the eye, I can see. So I pay my subscription fee for that, and I just have full access to the Marvel Unlimited thing. Comixology isn't like that. You can get Comixology Unlimited, and there are some books that you can read for free, a lot of volume 1s, but then everything else you have to pay for. But they have lots of sales, so I think that's where it becomes worth it.
You kind of watch for it.
And if you have the unlimited membership, you also get discounts off of that.
I see.
So, I don't know. I get a 7-day free trial, and now they sent me an email saying I can extend it for 30 days.
Pretty good.
So I just downloaded 15 volumes of G.I. Joe Classic.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
15 before you even read one.
Yeah. Well, they were free.
Okay.
These were all free.
Okay.
The first 15
was this
are
also
free.
on the podcast you were listening to?
No.
Oh.
No. Somebody I follow on Twitter constantly is posting panels from this. This is from like the 80s, obviously.
I was there.
By Larry Hama. And he wrote this for like 150 issues. He has like this comic has like a record because it's the longest running like toy-based anything like this. But I read the first like 10 issues in the first volume, and I don't know anything about G.I. Joe other than I saw the 2 movies.
Yeah.
But
oh boy,
the comics are they're fun because they're Marvel comics, and they definitely feel like Marvel comics in certain ways. But apparently Larry Hammett did like a lot of research. He would read like military technical books so he could have like the lingo right and talk about how levers and everything work. And it's a little bit more serious than you think just reading this is. But people say like about 3 volumes in, it gets like very dramatic and starts feeling just like a exciting Marvel comic.
Interesting.
So I don't think you need to know anything about G.I. Joe, but I liked the first volume. There was an issue where the Cobra guy, Commander.
Cobra Commander,
he sends a robot to be captured by G.I. Joe. So they bring it to their base because Cobra doesn't know where their base is.
Okay.
The robot turns on in the base, and then its goal is to get to the top of the base.
I see.
And release a frequency so Cobra now knows where the base is.
Right.
So the whole issue is just G.I. Joe running around trying to stop the robot because he's like indestructible. They're dropping things on it. Sometimes it's missing. At one point, it turns into a bunch of spiders and they're just stomping around like, get it! And they're just running up and down the stairs. And it's really funny. And I think I don't know if it's supposed to be as funny as I found it, but there's definitely like a playfulness to it. Just like, this is ridiculous, stop it.
G.I. Joe with no context is the only way I know G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had like a million, and I always wanted them. I loved them. My friends and I played G.I. Joe constantly. Never saw the show. Didn't know anything about them. Didn't know anything. I just liked the action figures.
Yeah.
They were such a fun size. They were smaller than the action figures.
Yeah, but bigger than like Lego figurines.
Yeah. Right. Found that
like
sweet
3
spot.
inches or something.
There, I mean, like the classic Star Wars figures are about the size of a G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Or at least the G.I. Joe from my childhood.
Yeah.
When I was really young, they were still like Barbie doll size.
Yeah. I didn't know. I don't know anything about them or like half the characters.
Well, now you do. Now you're on your way. You only got 14 volumes to go.
Yeah. Well, no, there's 15 volumes, and then like the next 3 I would have to pay for, and then there's like 5 more volumes after that. It's like 25 volumes.
That's
exhausting. It went on for 150.
It's exhausting.
Issues. Apparently, there's an issue where he doesn't use any sound or anything, and it was like a big deal in terms of like the art form.
Wow.
So I guess he was doing stuff.
I can honestly say this is the most I've ever discussed.
Yeah, no
Joe
kidding.
In my life.
So this will be fun. I'll be able to someday in the future say like, oh yeah, I like G.I. Joe, the comics.
Yeah, that is fun. What you're describing is what I would call fun.
All right, so I used that for Comixology. What I got from our library. Oh no, also from Comixology.
I do a similar thing with Barnes and Noble. It's the sales is where it's at.
Yeah.
I just kind of wait around for their $5 sales and then load up.
The problem with Comixology is the app. You can't buy anything on the app. You have to go online to the store. And they also don't put prices on the app. And I guess it's like a legal thing or something.
Weird.
But anyways, I also read the first volume of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The new.
Wow, you were going retro all around.
I read that Green Ranger one.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yes, with G.I. Joe, now the Power Rangers comic. Let me tell you something. This was surprisingly boring. But here's the thing.
I'm not surprised.
I thought it'd be fun.
Surprising to whom?
I thought it'd be fun. Like, it is fun. Every now and then, like, they get in their Megazords and they're fighting. I'm like, this is sweet, and they do stuff. But it's so Tommy focused. And listen, I don't know how many Power Ranger fans are out there right now, and I don't know how many of you are Tommy specifically fans.
Most
Tommy
of them.
Oliver.
Most.
When I was a kid, I just liked the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And then Tommy shows up, and I thought it was cool, but it became very much like the Tommy show.
Yeah.
And also, he was like, him and Kimberly had a thing.
Yeah.
Which annoyed me because I always related to the Red Ranger, but I had a crush on the Pink Ranger.
Right.
And you can look back and see the Red and Pink Ranger had a thing happening.
Well, it's the obvious. Yeah, it's the
but
obvious.
then Tommy shows up and is like, "Oh, what's cool? How's it going? I don't like rules."
I don't want to get into a thing about Power Rangers, but I feel confident that you are the only one who watched that show. We're like, get rid of Tommy. Everybody else,
don't get rid of Tommy.
It was so tense when he was losing his power.
Yeah.
And the White Ranger was coming in, and you were like, just let Tommy be the White Ranger. There's a lot of tension going on.
That was cool, but I guess just reading this, I thought I could just also read about like the Power Rangers.
You want to learn more about Zach?
Zach's fun.
You want to learn more about Billy?
But look, they're getting. It's weird. This comic, it's treating it like Power Rangers, like right after Tommy joins the Power Rangers proper.
Okay.
But it's also treating it like that happened in 2018.
Weird.
Because they're on their phones. He's like, I sent you a push notification. I'm like, what?
That's weird.
And then that was how I had to realize. I'm like, oh, this is today. So you have to like transfer everything you know about them in the 90s.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have 3 more free volumes of this on Comixology. I got 30 more days.
Get in there.
What did I get from our actual library?
Don't know.
You might care about this, but you also might not.
Okay, I'm ready.
I read Superman Adventures Volume 1, Up, Up, and Away.
Yeah, I read that.
Did you?
Yeah.
This is by Mark Millar.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
You know it's just Miller?
No.
It is?
It's Mark Millar.
It's not.
I'm not going to do this with you.
Okay. It's spelled that way, but that's not what he says.
Mark Millar went on to has done lots of big things that have become movies as well.
Sure he has.
But
he's got a huge deal with Netflix at the moment.
Yeah.
Umbrella Academy is his, right?
No, that's actually by the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
Oh.
And there's only 2 volumes. He's working on the 3rd one right now. But my wife started watching that.
Malik from, our guest last week, our friend Malik, was saying that he's loving Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, my wife just started watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was out forever. And I don't know. I guess he just writes like 6 issues and then takes 10 years off and writes another 6 issues.
Okay.
So,
but Mark Miller does have a whole big thing with Netflix right now.
Yeah,
right?
the Millerverse.
But that's just not part of it.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So this Superman collection, it's Mark Millar was writing this. These are comics that were based on the like 90s cartoon, like the Batman Adventures as well. And they kind of have like a pretty good reputation of being like just fun Superman
they're fun.
stories.
They're fun, flashy, bright.
Yeah, and I read it and I had a good time. It's also nice to go back to like the Superman cartoon that I like. But there's just some Mark Millar has a very like none of his stuff are too wordy. he has like a very good sense of pacing, and like there was a page specifically where Superman's getting ready to stop a train. It was only 4 panels, but it worked very well. And this Superman, you were talking about how he's like super, like he can push Jupiter if he wants.
Yeah.
This Superman's a little bit depowered. He can stop a plane from falling, but it might take a little work.
Yeah, that Superman took a punch.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
So when he lands, he's stopping a runaway train. He lands, and I just liked it because he's like, okay, Clark, deep breath. Because the train's about to hit him full speed. And I just kind of like that one, he refers to himself as Clark.
Right.
And 2, that he's like preparing to be hit by a train, even though he's Superman. And then I tweeted about that page, and I added Mark Millar, and he retweeted it and said he enjoyed writing these wee Superman comics for children or for kids. And he complimented the artist and everything. Nice. But they're very much for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I enjoyed going back, but... yeah, these are if anyone's like, hey, what's the best Superman comics for kids? I could easily handle this one.
The Batman Strikes based on the Batman. That was also a really strong Batman run, I thought. Yeah,
the like Batman Adventures, Superman Adventures, they all like lasted for a while.
Yeah,
and I think every cartoon gets their fair ones. What else I read? Paper Girls Volume 5.
Oh, I have that on my desk right now.
Hey, still good. I liked it. And I didn't have you and I have talked about how we always forget what happened in the last volume.
Yes.
But this one I was like, oh, yeah. So Volume 5, Brian K. Vaughan's stuff usually goes for about 10 volumes trade-wise.
Okay.
So that means we're at the halfway point now with Paper Girls.
Nice.
So that's nice. Saga Volume 9 is one I read also by Brian K. Vaughan. One more volume to go, I think.
This series.
I feel a little burnt out at this moment with this one. I think that...
Well, I mean, 10 is... To read 5 more Paper Girls feels like too much to me, so, you know.
I guess there's just... It used to be like, whoa, this is funny, this is unexpected, and now I'm like, I see where you're going here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. I still like it. I'm looking forward to the end, but there were some revelations that happened in this one that didn't really hit me that much.
Okay.
But to each their own. I should say with Kill or Be Killed, I knew exactly what the last panel was going to be, and I was correct. But it didn't take away from anything. I also tried to read The Boys by Garth Ennis, because this is going to be an Amazon series. It's about a group of people that are there to beat up superheroes when they get out of line.
Oh.
But it's stupid. It's a stupid series. People love this.
It doesn't sound like a premise you'd enjoy.
No, that's not it. It's just, it's so... I don't know, because people love this comic. I don't know if I'm going to upset anybody, but it's gross.
Huh.
And it's not funny.
Okay.
And I don't think it's as smart as it wants to think. It's very wordy, like it has a lot to say, but it's just also a stupid comic.
Okay.
So I read 2 volumes of this, gave the first one 3 stars, gave the second one 2 stars, and was like, no, I don't need to read this. I don't really like Garth Ennis as a writer outside of The Punisher.
I don't know if I've read much.
I don't think so either. He has a style, but this one was just, no thank you. Boy. Sorry, everybody, about all this. You know what? I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
I
have not run anything by him.
No. I mean, this has its fans, and Amazon's doing the show, and maybe the show will be better. But yeah, I was just like, this is stupid.
Not for you.
So I saw Green Book for my Oscar prep.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Okay.
It doesn't deserve to win an Oscar for Best Picture or anything, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I also watched Roma on Netflix. That was also good.
Okay.
My history taking a film class, like film history
prepared
class, it just kind of like the longer takes, the black and white. Yeah. It's a foreign black and white film set in Mexico, but it's slower. It's quiet. Yeah, I think it, but. It reminded me of some like films I had seen.
Okay.
Like the
shout out to Ted Murphy.
Yeah,
your film professor.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hi Ted.
Well,
sorry.
And Ben.
Yeah, and Ben.
Ben Murphy.
Yeah, sure.
How's it going?
Listens. Hey Benny.
Wow, you really did not care about that Ben Murphy shout
I do.
out. No, you were like, hey Ted, and then I was like, what about Ben? You're like, yeah, I guess.
He wasn't your film teacher. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
But right now. I mean, we know for a fact that. He's probably like cooking a meal right now.
Yeah, probably.
And he heard his name and he was like, hey. And then you were just like, well,
thanks,
whatever.
Cowboy. You're right.
Cowboy now. Wow. All right. Trying to make up for past mistakes there. All right. Yeah. Keep on cooking, Cowboy.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
Did you cover it? That's the extent of your...
Yes.
Okay. Sure. As we mentioned, I was very sick, so I seem to have only read stupid things. So,
are you sure you read anything and didn't just dream these in a fever?
No. So with apologies, I read Batman Begins, novelization by Dennis O'Neil. I liked it.
Novelization of what?
The film Batman Begins.
There's never been a film called Batman Begins, Nick.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It stuck to the movie pretty closely, but it also brought in like other elements of Bat mythos from other media, which I thought was cool.
Did anybody at one point
I like that.
say like, also Denny O'Neil made Batman Dark before Nolan got here?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if he like wrote that
Forgot to mention it. I read Dog Diaries by James Patterson.
Yeah, you've been talking this up to me.
And the real author, who really wrote it?
Was Stephen Butler.
Thank you. This is an offshoot of the popular middle school series. It was a film out last year,
which is confusing because it's called Dog Diaries, like Dork Diaries or Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Right.
But middle school is just the middle school series.
Yeah.
So,
this
the cover says creator of Max Einstein. So this is just trying to get kids.
Well, this is just the dog of the main character from the middle school series.
And
written from the dog's perspective. It was, I read it out loud to my son. He loved it. He was interested in it. It was just naughty enough to hold his attention.
Just naughty enough?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of the word poop and that sort of thing. So I did it.
Look, I didn't think I would laugh that hard, but I was not expecting.
That's how you and I are different because I knew that you were going to laugh that hard.
Okay.
I read Batman Detective Comics Volume 8, Blood of Heroes by Peter J. Tomasi. This is still while Gordon is Batman. I'm still enjoying the run.
Nobody saw that. I rolled my eyes and raised my hands in the air as I give up.
Yeah.
So.
Mr. 15 volumes of G.I. Joe based on Twitter over here.
I'm reading all the... I'm not going to skip one and be like, this has this guy and Snake Eyes pass.
This is when
That was
this is the meme that I was talking about. Here's one that I did... I read through a fever, and that's Star Trek Crossroads by Barbara Hambly.
Is this connected to something?
No,
the
no.
cover looks very familiar.
Oh, no.
It's not just because Kirk and Spock are around.
I know. One I'm doing with a couple of buddies of mine for our sci-fi book club that we do. Not the sci-fi book club that Eric and I are starting here at the library, which you should join us for, because we're starting with Caves of Steel.
Yeah, this is a closed group Nick's talking about.
Closed group, yeah. None of us like this. This is about the Enterprise coming across another ship from the future and then kind of figuring out how to handle that.
That's never happened.
Great premise, cool premise. Didn't work.
Oh.
Didn't work in the slightest.
What ship from the future? Was it the Enterprise from the... Was it Picard?
No.
Oh.
No, it was nothing like that. It was dumb. I am currently reading...
It was dumb. But you read this in a fever.
I did read it in a fever, yeah.
Okay.
But they all agreed. So I was kind of like, what did you guys think? Because Nick was high as a kite. I'm reading Truly Madly Guilty, which, as you'll recall from past weeks, I'm not enjoying. And then I'm also reading The Last Romantics by Tara Conklin.
Isn't it sad? The world used to be full of romantics.
Well, there's only one.
There's only one?
The last one, right here.
Okay.
It's pretty good so far.
Played by Bill Pullman?
I don't really know how to tell you what it's about. It starts with a 100-year-old poet taking questions from the audience, and then it flashes back to her childhood and sort of throughout her life.
I would like to steal that idea.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. It's Barnes & Noble's book club pick this month. So I read all the other ones, and they've been kind of hit and miss.
Best sells list, but it wasn't in the top 10. So
it might be. It might be climbing its way up there.
I bet if you go to the Barnes & Noble's bestsellers, like number one.
It probably is.
Upper club.
It probably is.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it for now. I have so many graphics stacked up on my desk to read, as well as I have an advanced copy of
I forgot about
Elizabeth Elo's new novel that I want to read, so we can chat with her about that. I have to start Caves of Steel by Isaac Asimov because the book club for that meets next month.
Yeah.
We've already got quite a few signups, so if you want to join Eric and I and a group of others to discuss this Isaac Asimov, please sign up and we'll get you a copy here.
Yeah.
Did you want to throw in another book here?
Yeah, I read Monstrous.
Oh, yeah.
Which we have in our collection.
Yes,
the first
we do.
2 volumes. Third one's coming out. I didn't love it, but it's definitely high fantasy. Like, if you open it, it's like just reading a fantasy book with pictures now. I didn't realize how much of a fantasy comic this was going to be. I don't know if I'm, like, explaining it well, but I mean, like, it's not just, like, I don't know. Like
fantasy comic.
It's a literature. It's a comic that's working as literature.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay,
I do.
There's a lot of world building. There's a lot of history in there. There's a lot of different characters introduced very fast. You kind of have to pay a lot of attention, or you're gonna get lost. later on, even only 6 volumes. By the 4th volume, I'm like, oh shoot, I think I skimmed that previous page and I have no idea what's happening. The art is very nice, and yeah, I can see why this won the Hugo, because it's not, it's not just like an important superhero comic. It feels like something that would win the Hugo literary. If it was a book. So
interesting.
And not, I'm making it sound like it's very wordy or something. Like you're just gonna have speech bubbles filling the pages.
No thanks.
It's not that. It's just a lot. It's using the space as much as it can for everything.
Nice.
So yeah, if you're looking for a high fantasy adventure about a girl who might be possessed by an ancient god who's traveling around with a little fox girl and a cat with 3 tails who's a little sarcastic but also sensitive, this might be for you.
If that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, it's so specific.
Cats get a lot of play in this, so if you're a cat fan, I think you'd like this.
Cat fans.
So, yeah,
that's great.
Sad at times though. Like there's witches and there's monsters, and the monsters and the witches are fighting.
Okay.
She's a monster girl, monstrous.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
Are you going to talk about those games you played?
Yes, so I've been playing through the Uncharted series for the last couple of years, 4 of them on PlayStation, and I just finished while I was sick. Uncharted 4: Thief's End. So good. I mean, all of them are good. The whole series is good. I would say they get progressively better, and I think I could probably say, probably be pretty happy with saying number 4 is the best of the series.
There you
go. It sticks to the formula enough. You get a lot of the characters that you like. It adds some elements. It changes some things here and there, so it doesn't feel stale. But it doesn't. It's not like, oh wow, a whole new game. It's a really satisfying conclusion, and we have it in our collection. I know because I had our copy checked out.
Yeah, sure.
So we have it now. You can check it out. And now I just have Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
Lost Legacy is like a kind of a side quest game. So I'm going to play through that, which we also have that in our collection. We have the whole thing, so you should come check it out.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed that. Christopher Golden wrote a novel with those characters, not based on any game, that I also plan to read as well. Yeah. And then I started Tomb Raider.
2013.
2013. I don't get it. I don't really like it so far.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like Tomb Raider in the slightest.
Yeah.
So I'll see how far I get.
Yeah.
You think I'll finish? You think I'll enjoy finishing?
I remember it gets better, but it takes a long time with these people just strangely torturing Lara as a human being.
Yeah, it is kind of a brutal game.
I don't understand. I think it felt like a Resident Evil game at times where they're just like, no. River of blood.
Yeah.
Like a metaphor? No. Actual human blood.
It's not really the kind of game that I'm into so far. Yeah. I also started playing Mario Sunshine with my son.
I think you might like the second one better.
That's a whole other story.
Oh, yeah, Mario Sunshine. I played Mario 64 with my wife.
That's right.
Last week.
Yeah, well, look at
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that game.
I do too.
I understand why people love it. I understand why it changed the world, but boy, do I hate it. Some people were telling me that it deserves its point in history, but probably doesn't need to be played in 2019 unless you're a game designer. So Mario is so slippery in that game, and then you play Mario, and then you get to an ice level, and it's just like, forget it. I guess I'm dead all the time.
Wow.
My wife still loves it, even though it was very frustrating at times. But yeah, not for me.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Anime Awards now, while we're in the news section, or you want to save it for the segment?
All right, let's do the Anime Awards.
All right.
They're the fun ones.
Take it away.
Anime Awards. I guess these happened a little bit ago. What are you going to do?
Anime is super popular here in our collection. I mean, of course, across the globe as well. But our anime collection of DVDs, it just seems like they're always checked out.
Yeah.
Always checked out.
There have been times where like half the collection is just gone.
Yeah.
But we still have. I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but
I will. It's a great collection. You've done a good job.
It's a pretty good collection.
It's a relatively new collection for us last couple of years.
I get a lot of stuff half price or cheaper to get some of the old stuff. Yeah. So I think it has a good selection. We've just got a lot of manga.
It's got a good cross section of new and old.
But yeah, anime here specifically is one of our more popular collections.
It is a big seller.
And we also watch a lot of anime during teen night. So this is the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, presented by Devil May Cry 5. If you have to have Devil May Cry 5, make it.
If you absolutely
have to have Devil May Cry, make it Devil May Cry 5. All right. This is going to be absolute nonsense to Nick, but
you don't know.
This will probably be more fun for me than the Oscars were. Best protagonist, Rimuru Tempest from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. So the anime That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime has the best protagonist. Best Antagonist, All for One in My Hero Academia, Season 3.
Oh.
He's a pretty scary guy. Imagine a guy with he's just scary.
Okay.
I
can
guess,
picture scary.
Yeah. He there was a big fight. I remember the teens being a little stressed out during some of the battles of this series. We also have all of My Hero Academia in manga form.
Ooh.
Best Boy goes to Deku from My Hero Academy 3. And Best Girl goes to Maya from Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, which I don't know what that means.
I thought you were exaggerating when you said that these were, but no, I don't.
Yeah. Best Opening Sequence goes to Darling in the Franxx, Kiss of Death by Mika Nakashima.
That's a real upset, that one.
Best Ending Sequence goes to Attack on Titan Season 3, which I have not watched yet.
I would give it to Season 3, definitely.
Yeah. I after Season 2 of Attack on Titan, I was like, this might be a bit too dark for me. I stopped showing after the second season. I'm like, we're done with this at Teen Night. We're gonna lighten things up a bit.
Yeah.
So best voice acting performance Japanese goes to Mamura Miyano for Koto Tatsumi in Zombieland Saga, and the best voiceover performance in English goes to Christopher R. Sabat as All Might in My Hero Academia 3. All Might's pretty funny.
Well earned.
He's very smiley. He's very optimistic.
Okay.
Every time he shows up, if he smiles, there's that gleam off the. Anyway, best director goes to Devilman Crybaby. Best animation goes to Violet Evergarden, the studio Kyoto Animation. So
good for them. They deserve a win.
The best film goes to one I didn't realize was here, My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. So we'll have to get that.
Yeah.
And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind wins for best character design. Anime of the year. You ready?
Yeah.
Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah. For the title alone.
Yeah. Best fight sequence goes for All for One versus All Might. My Hero Academia. That was an intense fight.
I believe you.
As somebody who watched it at Teen Night.
I thoroughly believe you.
Best continuing series, Dragon Ball Super, which I think you should just say Dragon Ball period. Because the fact that they're still making new Dragon Ball anything episodes and teens like today who weren't even born when we were watching Dragon Ball Z.
Well,
like the fact that they still care.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
That's pretty good.
And it's just the continuing story.
Yeah.
Like you watch Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and like, but teens today, like I've seen it all. I'm like, you were in diapers and you just went back and watched all 500 episodes of Dragon Ball.
It's a lot of time.
It's something, yeah. And then there's the industry icon, Michiko Minami, president and producer of Bones Studio. So that's it.
All right.
So big year for My Hero Academia.
Nice.
Yeah. Any of those you're planning to watch?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nick's a negative Nelly when it comes to anime.
No,
He's always
I'm
like,
not.
I don't understand it.
That's not
do
true.
I watch it from back to fours? What do I do? Am I supposed to rewind
pretty
it?
Funny. That's pretty funny. I really like Outlaw Star.
Yeah, that one gets weird.
Is that something?
Yeah.
It does get weird.
I've seen that one.
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
I don't know why you like that. I couldn't even. If I didn't know that about you, I could not have guessed that is one that you.
Well, I watched it so long ago.
Yeah.
You know.
In college? That somebody else was
No,
watching?
I was married. Like, it was out of college. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a journey you've been
Renaissance
on in
man.
life.
What am I going to say?
All right. You want to talk Oscars?
I do, but there are two things I want to talk about first.
Okay.
One is the New York Times bestseller list.
Oh.
The other is the passing of Peter Tork of the Monkees. As you know, Eric, I'm a huge Monkee fan.
Uh-huh.
And I actually didn't know because I was on a sick
I had to send you a link.
And you sent me a link of Peter's obituary. So it was very sad.
The doctor was like, we're losing him!
Yeah, Peter's had cancer for, I think, about 10 years now, a really rare cancer. And so he's actually done a lot and participated with the Monkees since then. Even just last year, the Christmas album that came out, Monkees Christmas Party, I think, was one Peter Tork song on there. So I was glad that he was able to be included. And I did go and download his most recent album. He has a side group called Peter Tork and Shoe Suede Blues. Did an album called Relax Your Mind, came out in 2018. I've heard snippets of it here and there, but I downloaded it when I got the news and made a little like Peter Tork playlist that we listen to throughout the day because he doesn't sing a ton of Monkee solos, but was actually early on was one of the or really was the most talented like musician of the bunch. The Monkees, were started as a TV show, of course, and originally weren't really allowed to even play their own instruments on the albums and things. But Peter was the exception to that and played on a lot of the early stuff that just have some monkey voices. So, Peter, of course, been there since the beginning. Has toured with the Monkees a lot.
Yeah.
He and Mickey did the tour not too long ago. Just. I was sad. I was sad to see that. I was sad that I never got to see him. I never got to see him or Davy Jones. Yeah. I only saw Mike and Mickey, the two that remained.
Pass up? Am I right that you passed up a chance to see Davy Jones?
We almost went to see Davy, and it was just like a little too far away, and we just like were broke. And I do wish we would have found a way.
Was it that or George Harrison that I remember a story of?
No, it was Davy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, we have the Monkees' greatest hits and several different Monkee albums here in the collection. Peter's tracks from Good Times, the Monkees album that came out a few years back, are some of my favorites. So I highly recommend that album and just the Monkees in general. Yeah. And I was a fan of Peter, so that's all.
Sorry, man.
Thank you. So let's talk New York Times bestseller.
Okay. This is the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction.
Anything exciting on here? Just tell me from the start.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
I'm intrigued.
I think.
I'm intrigued.
All right. So number 10 is a song. I keep reading this differently in my head. It's Early Riser. I keep reading it as Easy Rider. And like, why is this coming back?
Yeah, Easy Rider's back.
Early Riser by Jasper Ford. Charlie Worthing investigates an outbreak of viral dreams killing hibernating human population.
I'm surprised that Jasper Ford, he had his Tuesday Next series was somewhat popular. My wife read a few of those and liked him, but I don't think he was ever one that was like a big bestseller, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, this is debuting at number 10.
Well, still.
So, yeah, okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be great. Debuting at number 9, Love Poems for Married People by John Kenny.
It tells you right what it is, right from the start.
Humorous musings on the way long-term partners tolerate each other. Yeah.
Look. Yeah. That's nonfiction. I don't understand. This keeps happening on this list.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it says humorous musings, so maybe it's something more like how what's his face writes, the Snow guy, Elf Town.
Huh.
David.
David Sedaris.
Yeah.
Those are nonfiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
I just had to move a bookcase around a couple of times, and it really is just like, where do you want this bookcase? And it's like, where do you want this bookcase?
Oh, marriage.
Then,
you're riffing on marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't prepared.
Sorry,
but yeah.
It's just a lot of standing there is like, I don't care where this bookcase goes.
Right.
Where do you want this bookcase goes? I don't know. Do you like it there? I don't care. So.
Yeah, thank you for letting me be part of that Seinfeld bit.
Thank you.
I really.
Who cares where the bookcase goes? Yeah. I want to know where the books are going to go.
Now it's funny. That's the thing.
If the books are in the bookcase, the books are where they need to be.
Yeah,
who cares where the bookcase is?
You wouldn't think it would work, but the voice.
Put the bookcase on wheels. It can be wherever it wants to be. So.
Yeah.
All right. Bring the books to you. I got to stop.
You really do. Yeah.
Is there a whole thing about the bookmobile you could do? A bookmobile?
I don't think so. I think it's dead.
Like,
I think the bit's dead.
Oh, the bit's dead.
I think it was DOA, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Number 8, Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin, speaking of DOA. Though this has been selling well. I don't know. It's crazy to me that people are like eating this up.
Yeah.
I guess if I was a fan, I'm like, pass.
Yeah. Agreed.
George.
Agreed.
Number 7, Devotions by Mary Oliver. So I guess that means there's 2 poetry books here. A collection of more than 200 poems spanning 50 years of the author's career.
Yep.
Look, New York Times makes its own rules.
I guess, yeah.
So, number 6 is The Reckoning by John Grisham.
Oh.
Number 5 is The Silent Patient by Alex Do you ever get just tired?
Yeah. I'm feeling a little tired right now. Thanks for asking.
Michaelides. Okay. Alex Michaelides. Right. Theo Faber looks into the mystery of a famous painter who stops speaking after shooting her husband.
There's a lot of buzz about this one.
Is there?
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a lot of talk about The Silent Patient.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I am, and it's not.
Who's talking about it? Is it An Anonymous Girl?
No.
By Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen?
A lot on this list I want to read. There's several. Cool. I want to read that Grish. I want to read Patient. And I want to read this one.
What about the poems about married people?
That's nonfiction.
Almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years. I've been married almost 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. boy. Hillary, you might need to sit down. Yeah, you want to read this because it's the girl who saw something from the window.
They wrote The Wife Between Us.
The Wife Between Us. That's what I meant. Yep. Number 3, Connections in Death by J.D. Robb.
No thanks.
Eve Dallas?
No.
Eve Dallas.
I heard you.
What does she do? She scours tattoo
She's
parlors
space
and
police.
strip joints for clues to the cause of Lilo Pickering's mysterious death. So,
Well, wash her hands.
yeah. Did he come in here for a tattoo? No. All right. Can you point me to the next tattoo parlor?
It's a real scouring she gave that place.
Yeah. Is he in here? Nope. All right. Number 2. Black leopard, red wolf, yellow bird, green fish.
Some of those are fake.
Yeah, they are. But which ones?
I don't know. We just got our audiobook copy of this
Black
as well.
leopard, red wolf by Marion James.
Marlon James?
Marlon James.
Okay.
A loner. Sorry, sometimes L's look like I's in certain fonts.
That's true.
in
You're
certain
right.
sizes.
Yeah.
A loner named Tracker teams up with a group of unusual characters in search of a mysterious boy. What if, like, his name is Tracker, so he thinks the guy whose name is Greg is unusual?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what
true.
sort of profession is
His
Greg?
name is Greg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean to be a Greg?
How does one Greg?
I'd read that.
I know you would.
And number 1, Where the Crawdads Sing. 24 weeks on the list, and it's back to number 1.
Back there it is.
Reese Witherspoon has more power than I would have ever imagined.
I guess so. Yeah.
She is kind of like Jafar on his second wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second wish.
Yeah, sorcerer.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a sorcerer.
Yeah. I don't really understand why he wished to be the Sultan the first time. That seemed like he didn't have a lot of foresight. It seems like he just wanted to be the sorcerer in general.
Right.
So, and it seemed like he would have known he had more freedom as a sorcerer.
Well, he was
genie.
blinded. He was blinded by power.
Yeah.
It's his own undoing.
His power does exceed my own.
Exactly. Yeah.
Remember that bit?
Yeah, I do.
great.
I do. It's very good.
Is Jafar
Al, what are you doing?
is Jafar like the best Disney villain?
Yes.
He's the most. Would you say
Ursula?
Ursula's good? Who do you think chews the scenery the most? Because I feel like
Ursula.
You think Ursula does?
Yeah.
I feel
everything she does is like, you know,
Yeah.
it's big.
I feel like Ursula, Scar, and Jafar are all like in this
That's
kind
true.
of this group of Disney villains who just love doing what they're doing. So like, and I feel like
you know what? You know what though? If you're really talking about who chews the scenery the most, it's James Woods and Hercules.
that's true. Yeah,
That's
and I mean, I guess
doesn't mean he's good. It just means
the whole thing about Gaston is that he is a scenery chewer wherever he is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but when he gets serious, he gets serious.
Yeah.
Look out.
yeah, I guess it's who when they're being their most evil is still pretty likable. And I think Jafar is still pretty likable.
Yeah,
he's
pretty good.
Yeah, because he's just I don't know.
Yeah.
He always just has this like, whoa.
Yeah,
he's kind of like a sideshow Bob with superpowers at the end. So, all right.
Oh, that was number 1. Okay.
Yeah. That was our number 1 Disney villain top.
Yeah, stop. All right, so that'd be a fun list.
Yeah,
But
it has been rated number 1 by the New York Times bestsellers on conversations about Disney
Where the
movies.
Crawdad Sing. I have that checked out on Overdrive, so maybe I'll give it a listen.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's do it.
Delilah Owens.
Let's talk awards.
All right, time for the Oscars, which Nick didn't want to talk about.
No, it's not that I didn't want to talk about it. It's just usually I'm way more into it than I was this year. Like
This
I
is a
want to
weak
watch
slate.
the movies and I go through and like I see them all. And
The
this year I just didn't. I was so far from it that I
Yeah.
was just kind of like I don't know.
I went to an Oscar party.
Yeah.
And they had that Variety. I think it's Variety. I can't remember. Vanity Fair. They had the Vanity Fair voting ballot where you can guess what's going to win and everything. And I was looking at the actor in leading role, and I just got tired and skipped it. I looked at it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't know or care. And so I moved on. But we can talk about that. So you don't think you've seen most of this stuff?
No, I definitely haven't.
All right. Well, yeah, they were Sunday. They didn't have a host.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't miss them.
Okay.
Whoever the host would have been, you didn't miss them.
All right.
It was the most brisk and easy to watch Oscars I've ever seen.
Okay.
Outside of Queen's opening performance, which I found pretty embarrassing, but people seem to like it. So
Embarrassing
it's
in
weird
what way?
because I don't. Adam Lambert doesn't sound a thing like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
To me, and maybe it's just
It's
live.
a weird thing to do. I don't
Yeah.
understand
They're-
why.
Mika would have been a much better, but I don't know. I guess he tours with them and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's interesting to note that they don't make it just Queen. It's like Queen with Adam Lambert.
Yes, that's
like
true,
Journey
too.
and other places.
I felt like afterwards it was like, well, we now know that Queen is still performing, and that's all I got from that performance.
Yeah, I guess so.
So,
take us in. So you can find this full list at Oscars.org.
Yeah.
We posted it on social media as well.
Oscars.com will just take you to Grouch's homepage.
Yeah, it will. I hate trash.
Yeah. This isn't really
He loves
order.
it. Darn it. Can I take it? Can I take it again?
He loves trash.
Mm-hmm.
He hates everything
cleanliness.
else. Yeah, cleanliness. Yeah. I guess I'll just read it in the order they put on the website.
I love
it's not
it.
in order
Let's
they
do
did
it. Yeah.
Actor in a leading role, which I found, again, to be one of the most boring categories. You got Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody, Christian Bale in Vice, Bradley Cooper, A Star is Born, William Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, and Viggo Mortensen in Green Book.
Eternity's Gate. What? He's Vincent Van Gogh in that, right? Okay.
Yeah. My wife watched it. She thought it was weird, good, but weird, and also just a lot of William Dafoe in a field.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd watch William Dafoe in a field.
Willem.
I think I voted for him because I just like Willem in general.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I kind of watched that movie. You kind of sold me on the whole Willem Dafoe in a field pitch.
I thought it was going to go to Viggo Mortensen because I figured I was trying to get in the Academy's headspace. Like, I'm the boring Academy. What boring choice do I vote for?
A lot of hostility.
Yeah. But Rami Malek won for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, which I don't. This is one of the few that I actually did see, Bohemian Rhapsody, and I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's against what?
Yeah.
And he was fine. A lot of lip syncing.
Yeah.
And a lot of scene for scene, step for step recreation of Freddie Mercury. I don't know.
Well, it's just, that, and then I also feel like Christian Bale, like as we discussed, that's just him losing himself in this larger than life character is. Yeah. It feels very tired. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see. Actor in a supporting role. Sam Rockwell in Vice, Richard E. Grant in Can You Ever Forgive Me, Sam Elliott in A Star is Born, Adam Driver in Black Klansman, and Mahershala Ali in Green Book. I voted for Adam Driver, but I gave Mahershala Ali my second choice.
Okay.
And Mahershala won.
Mahershala won.
For Green Book.
He is excellent. I haven't seen Green Book.
He's good.
This is the thing. I don't have tons to add here. Yeah. I really thought that he was very deserving in Moonlight.
Right.
I thought he was excellent in that.
In Green Book, he's good. I feel like Viggo's playing a character that I've seen before.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, an Italian, a deeply racist Italian guy who learns a thing or two about not being racist.
Right.
It didn't feel like, but Mahershala felt like a very unique character.
Okay.
And I think he turned Green Book into, he gave a great performance in a fine movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Green Book is a better movie because of Mahershala Ali's performance in it. But Adam Driver has a speech and has this moment in Black Klansman, and they showed it where he's talking about how he was never raised Jewish. He's never thought of himself as Jewish or anything, but now he's denying he's Jewish to infiltrate the KKK and everything, and now it's all he can think about. And it was very understated. It was a very very good moment.
Well, I think he's a great actor. Yeah. One of my favorite Adam Driver performances is in a movie called Patterson.
Oh yeah, you like?
Have
Patterson.
You seen that?
Yeah.
He's just a bus driving poet, basically. Excellent movie, and his performance in it is it's very moving and very understated. So I am a fan of his as an actor.
Okay. Actress in a leading role. Actress in a supporting role is Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, Amy Adams in Vice, Marina de Tavira in Roma, Emma Stone in The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz in The Favorite.
Okay.
And Regina King won for If Beale Street Could Talk. And I think If Beale Street Could Talk was one of the upsets for not being nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good buzz about that.
Yeah.
I read or listened to actually a really interesting interview with the director of that, and it sounded pretty fascinating. Yeah. The book's kind of a classic. So
yeah. All right, actress in a leading role. Sorry, everybody. You have Melissa McCarthy in Can You Ever Forgive Me, which I didn't even know what that was about, but it's really interesting. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, she's she forges
letters of famous people,
right?
And publishes it in books,
and
everything.
Which I don't know if I don't know if you're aware of this, but we have an Abraham Lincoln letter here in the archives, which was always just sort of a source of pride, part of a Lincoln collection that we had. When we went to have that evaluated, the actual copy of that is held in the Lincoln Library.
Right.
So ours is clearly a fake. But it's a fake by a man named Joseph Cozy, who was a very famous forger. So
it's still cool.
So even though like it's not a Lincoln letter, which would have been much cooler, it's still of historical significance because this guy was, a legend. So it's interesting the way that sort of thing comes around. But anyway.
Melissa McCarthy, Can You Forgive Me? Lady Gaga, Star is Born, Glenn Close, The Wife.
Glenn Close is up there with the nominees.
Yeah.
As far as like one of the most nominated actresses.
Mm-hmm. Yalitza Aparico, who for Roma, and this was her first time acting. She's never acted before.
Wow.
And Olivia Colman for The Favorite, and Olivia Colman won and seemed very surprised.
Yeah. So. Well, she's another one who, I know she's been working for a long time, but she just kind of like appeared, it seems like, with Broadchurch.
Yeah.
Excellent show, her and David Tennant. I think she's a great actress. Yeah. I've seen her in Broadchurch and Night Manager.
Okay.
With Tom Hiddleston. She's excellent in both. So I'm a fan of hers, and I would love to see this performance as well.
Best Animated Feature, Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Miria, which is an anime film, and Ralph Breaks the Internet. And the winner goes to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
It seemed kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It seems like often with these, it's like they get nominated because they're an animated movie that came out that year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did anybody really think Ralph Breaks the Internet was going to take it?
Yeah, that was interesting. I thought, I guess Spider-Man, but I thought maybe they'd also go like Isle of Dogs or give it to Pixar again. But I'm glad Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse won because
that's really neat. It was a great movie.
Yeah.
It's very well done.
Cinematography goes to Roma, and the cinematography is very good in there. Let's see. Black Panther won an Oscar for costume design.
That makes total sense to me. Those costumes were they're excellent. A lot of them are very like subtle, but really, evocative too of like what you want to feel about that person. Like it's right there. It's right there before they say a word. So it's excellent.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So best director was Adam McKay for Vice, which I couldn't have believed if he had won. The Favorite, Yorgos Lanthimos, Cold War, Parel Paralowski. Black Klansman, Spike Lee, and Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, and Alfonso won.
This is a category I'm always interested in. Like, I always really want to see the best directing.
Yeah. Let's see. Documentary, Free Solo won, which we just ordered.
And which is about what?
I think it's about a free climber.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but
all right.
RBG, which we also have, was one of the nominees. Yes. Documentary short subject period and a sentence, which I believe is on Netflix.
All right.
Bohemian Rhapsody for film editing.
I guess.
Yeah. I was like, Bohemian Rhapsody had editing.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I would have given it to Black Klansman because there's some scenes in there that I really enjoyed the editing style.
Okay.
Roma won for best foreign language film. Spoiler alert, it didn't win Best Picture, Roma, and I wonder if that's why. Because it won Best Foreign Film, and they're like, there, we gave it Best Foreign Film. Makeup and hairstyle goes to Vice, and I guess it's the same reason you give that to that Gary Oldman movie.
Oh, yeah,
the Greatest,
mm-hmm.
whatever. What was that movie
called?
I
can't think what it's called either. But
because you just make one person look like another person.
Yeah.
So Best Makeup.
Yeah.
Music original score goes to Black Panther, and I forgot that I wasn't thinking about it when I was looking at the list, but yeah, Black Panther had a lot of like different styles of music in there to sound like Wakanda and the characters and everything. So this is actually, I had to look this up because I didn't know. This is the first time a superhero movie has won or even been nominated for Best Original Score.
Wow.
I had thought John Williams would have. Or I thought maybe like, because I wrote that, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, wait, did Danny Elfman ever get nominated or John Williams? No.
Interesting.
First superhero film. That's a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Music for Best Original Song goes to Shallow from A Star Is Born. We have that soundtrack at the library. Production design was also Black Panther, which had some very cool sets. If you remember them. Wakanda.
Yeah, I do. I do remember, yes.
The short film goes to Bao, which was the short in front of
Incredibles.
Yeah, short in front of Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm.
Visual effects goes to First Man, which I still need to see.
Neil Armstrong.
Yes.
Right? Neil Armstrong.
I heard it's very good, and also one of those other movies that maybe could have been on the Best Picture, but just wasn't. So, yeah, Ready Player One was nominated, and I like Ready Player One, but there was no way that was ever going to win an award for anything.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked to see it even on the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
Writing for Best Adapted Screenplay goes to BlacKkKlansman. And writing original screenplay goes to Green Book. And, all right, for Best Picture, here are your nominees. Vice, A Star is Born, Roma, Green Book, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, BlacKkKlansman, and Black Panther.
And the winner
is Green Book. So,
is this one that it just seems like the universal response is like, eh.
Yeah. Some are like, wow, this was a bad choice. Because
did you have a like where would you have gone, you personally?
I would have gone with BlacKkKlansman. I thought it was way more important. I thought like Black Panther and BlacKkKlansman deal with racism in a kind of in your face style, and they deal with it a little bit more maturely, I guess.
Okay.
And Green Book deals with racism in a, hey, it's not so bad. What if we just have meatball subs together? And I think that's why it was chosen, because Black Panther and BlacKkKlansman are like, yeah, it sucks, and it still sucks. And Green Book's like, we'll be okay. And it's too bad, because somebody online had written, as somebody who liked Green Book, I sure wish it would stop winning these awards, because it is like an enjoyable movie. You can watch it and like the performances and the characters, but once you start giving it Best Picture, you have to start critiquing it.
Yeah.
And it would be better served if it hadn't won these awards. I think it'd be much more a more liked film.
Yeah.
I think some of the character turns would be more enjoyable, but when it's beating more important films, or even like if they had given it to Roma, Roma deserved it. If they had given it to A Star is Born, I think there'd be less drama around the winner right now. I can't, unless they had given it to Vice, I can't see any other movie getting as much backlash for winning it. So they also gave the Oscar, somebody pointed out that the same year Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing was out, they gave the award to Driving Miss Daisy, and now BlacKkKlansman is out, and they gave it to Green Book, which is basically the reverse Driving Miss Daisy.
Funny.
So yeah, I don't think Spike Lee thinks
no, probably not for Spike Lee.
Yeah,
this was Spike Lee's first win, wasn't it?
For anything?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think it was for an Academy
I don't think
Award.
I've seen too many Spike Lee films. I've seen Do the Right Thing,
sure,
and now BlacKkKlansman, and I might have seen something else.
This is surprising. I mean, he's just such an important and prolific director that this should be the first.
It is like one of those things. The Onion did a funny article talking about the winner of 1933 and the one it beat, and I was looking at him like, I don't know any of these movies.
Yeah.
And I think like history will.
Yeah. Well, we see that with some of the book awards too, where it seems like
Pulitzer. Big time.
When you go back and you look at like past winners, you're like, well, these did not last for more than a decade, if even that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that's the way.
I can't imagine Bohemian Rhapsody would have ever won.
I'm shocked that was ever nominated.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are.
I don't think it's a well-made movie.
I'm not surprised Black Panther didn't win. I can't imagine the Academy would ever give it to a superhero movie, but also I wouldn't have given it. I would have given it to other films too. So, and The Favorite, I mean, it has a lot of buzz around it, but maybe it's not as well seen. I don't know.
Could be.
But I guess I had thought maybe BlacKkKlansman would win, because sometimes the Oscars surprise us. Last year, The Shape of Water won Best Picture.
Yeah.
It was like, and a pretty good slate, I remember.
Yeah.
Really bizarre choice last year.
Yeah.
So
you just never know where it's going to go.
Yeah. I don't know. So because like I think you'd like Green Book, and like I
remember
there.
when I saw the previews, I was like, oh, that seems like it'd be good.
I mean,
I like
watching
those actors.
It was watching it in theaters. I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the performances. I just just not Best Picture of 2019.
If you're like me
18.
and haven't seen very many of these,
have you seen? Is on this list? You've seen Black Panther, and you've seen Bohemian Rhapsody. And I had to, and we only went to Bohemian Rhapsody because there was very little out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, I saw the animated. I saw Spider-Verse, Incredibles 2.
Did you see Ralph Breaks the Internet?
No.
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 Neither did I.
No. So if you're like me and you have missed the majority of these movies, I can guarantee you we will have them here in our collection.
That's true.
So if you need to catch up,
we already have some of them.
You can put a hold on them after my hold, of course, and then.
Well, everyone but Roma, because Roma's on Netflix.
Right. Yeah.
They might put it out on DVD or Blu-ray at some point. They do that with some of their shows, like Stranger Things and whatnot. But we'll see.
I guess so. All right. Well, that's going to do it for that. Anything you want to mention library news-wise?
We're showing Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yay.
March 1st.
It lost.
3:30. Well, next month's is going to be Into the Spider-Verse.
That's cool.
It will be out on DVD next month.
Okay.
But yes, Ralph Breaks the Internet will be at 3:30 in the Nancy Howe Auditorium on Friday, March 1st.
Okay.
Tea night, where we'll probably watch the
Anime
awards, the Anime Awards this week.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Just last week we watched the Video Games Live DVD that we have here at the library.
Nice.
And the kids kind of dug that.
Cool.
So trying to change things up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the book clubs are currently reading Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty. Plenty of copies, plenty of time to join that book club. And then Eric and I are starting Caves of Steel. And that's going to meet to the end of March. So you've got plenty of time there. Copies of that are limited. So if you want one, get in, check it out, and bring it back because we don't have very many.
This is a detective story. This is Isaac Asimov trying to prove to others that sci-fi could incorporate every other genre in there. So
it's really sort of the first of the Robot series.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar with that, this is a good jumping on point.
Yep.
So like I said, we do have
I've never read it.
I haven't either. We have a good group signed up to do this one, so it should be a good time.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that's going to do it for us.
Okay.
All right. We got Creek Bend coming back on March 7th, and we'll be here. So stop in, see us, check books out.
Check books out.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Anything you want to say to the Twitchers?
Mario Sunshine's awful. I don't. It's not a good game. The mechanics are terrible. It's hard to play. Not enjoyable.
That's a lot of things to say about Mario Sunshine.
That's all.
Just want a non-Mario Sunshine episode.
Just wanted to get that off my chest.
Okay, Mario Sunshine, not fun to play.
Nope.
Luigi's Mansion, better.
Is fun to play. Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of people were upset that there wasn't like a Mario game on the GameCube for launch.
Right.
But now Luigi's Mansion has like the better reputation.
Oh, yeah.
And not
Luigi's Mansion is a playable game. Mario Sunshine, just nothing about it makes sense.
Yeah.
The premise is that Mario is wrongly convicted of a crime and has to go and like clean up chocolate pudding all over like this weird coastal village without any regular like Mario characters. It's insane.
Any Shy Guys?
No.
Wow.
Just weird little like Grimace type people. You don't want to mess with the Grimace.
Yeah. But they've brought them back now. Like in Mario Odyssey, you got those people from the island.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Welcome back. Great.
Yeah, well, because I think he's like world hopping, like literally.
Okay.
And so I think he ends up maybe back there. I don't know. I haven't played Odyssey.
Sure.
You might like. You'll probably like Odyssey.
Yeah, probably.
So you like Galaxy?
I did. Both Galaxies I thought were really good.
I
always loved Mario 2 as well.
Yeah.
Let me get that out there.
But no, I haven't played Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
But I know
I'm playing it with my son, and he's enjoying it. So, we'll probably stick with it for a while.
Does he like the water jet?
Yeah,
thing?
he likes.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
As I told you at lunch, I think they had to rush it out to try to raise sales for the GameCube.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah. So, which is funny because like so many of the GameCube, everything else but like the Mario game is so fondly remembered.
It's
like
true.
Mario Kart Double Dash, Luigi's Mansion.
And I'm surprised
Metroid
they never.
Prime.
Like, why is there not a sequel? Why is there not a better Mario that came out later? Most systems have multiple Marios.
No, I think it was just Galaxy.
Yeah.
I think they put all their effort into making like the best they could with Galaxy. And people seem to still love Galaxy.
Oh, Galaxy's excellent.
Like, the best things in the world. So,
yeah.
I'll have to play Galaxy, but I got to play with the Wiimote, right?
Yeah, but it works with Galaxy. Yeah, it does.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, I'll just have to steal your copy.
I guess so.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.